You lose.
Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the truly Bedrock survival server, and as you can see, I am on the bridge that we made a few episodes ago that is going to lead to a big tower over the portal here, which we're finally going to be building today. However, before we do that, let's look at some of the things that I've been up to since my last episode. As we passed the 3,000 in-game days mark, things were feeling a little sour, as the 12 stacks of rooted dirt that I'd spent time gathering previously had vanished from a chest in my storage area. Assuming I'd most likely misplaced them, or someone had mistaken my storage area for a community storage area, I contacted the other members to see if anyone had seen it. Within minutes, stacks upon stacks of rooted dirt were delivered to me, including a full chest worth from Liara and a massive bundle from Zloy. So that worked out well. With things now looking up, it was time for my weekly livestream, in which I was surprisingly productive. I'm a happy smiley pickle. Many productives. We started by going over to a jungle to grab some cocoa beans, jungle logs and saplings before heading to the area where Slack and I have our drowned farm to start mining out a large area ready for putting in some industrial farms. The following day, I was invited to join Team 2 for a couple of rounds of Spleef 2.0 at Groover's moss-powered self-rebuilding Spleef arena. And I say self-rebuilding loosely, because after finishing the two games, the arena seemingly did more damage to itself than rebuilding. Anyway, playing against Jesse B, JCB and Groover Guy, the premise was simple. Try to break the moss blocks underneath the other players until they fall out of the arena. However, there was a difference from the types of games of Spleef that I'd played before, and that was that there were items being pumped up on a random timer to help break the blocks more quickly, and that the moss block floor was several blocks thick. We got started and the first round ended very quickly for me, being out almost instantly. I then watched as Jesse and JC, who were confusing us by wearing each other's player heads, ganged up on Groover Guy. However, Groover managed to get JC out, but not before Jesse claimed victory. The second round went much better for me and lasted much longer. Groover went out relatively quickly this time, leaving the Jesse-JC twins teaming up against me, and they chased me around the arena as I expertly dodged, jumped and weaved out of trouble, collecting more stone hoes to insta-mine the moss blocks to my advantage. Eventually, after a long, grueling battle, I won and claimed victory as the expert level 99 undefeated champion, before helping Groover strip the arena so he could hit the rebuild button and watch the farm destroy itself. If you'd like to watch the full version of both matches, you can find that video over on my second channel. The link is in the description below. Good times. But then bad times. I saw a chat message from Silent while not recording to explain he'd managed to blow up my shop with a creeper at spawn. But by the time I'd gotten there, he'd done a fairly decent job of fixing it again. Sadly though, the armor stand had lost its pose as well as its copper ingot, but in a quick turn of fortune I was happy to see more profits, including Silent then asking me for another full shulker box worth of cobbled deep slate, which I had brought and sold immediately, so good times again. I also restocked the diorite and claimed a total profit of 38 blocks of copper. Nice. Speaking of copper, my cheaty furnace had finally started working through all the stacks of raw copper that I'd put in there, which added to my collection, so much so that it no longer fit inside my overflow shulker box and needed an entire shulker box of its own, which led me to a little bit of busy work dyeing my dyes box and my new copper box and replanting some netherwort, which leads us right back to the start of today's video. Well, that was all very good fun, and I'm really looking forward to playing Spleef again. However, today we're going to be cracking on with this portal build, like I said, and that means we're going to need a whole bunch of materials, which I've pretty much gotten everything I need, except for end rods, which I'm very short of, and bamboo. That's right, bamboo is lacking. I have 14 pieces of bamboo, and the other ingredient that I'm going to need to go with my bamboo is string. And I have 20 pieces of string, and if you're not sure why I need bamboo and string, well, I want to make scaffolding, because I'm going to be building up there somewhere, and I'm probably going to do a lot of falling off. So scaffolding is going to be very useful for us, so I guess we should probably go on a little bit of a mission to get those things. Oh, jeez. So I proceeded to go having a look around the shopping area for string. I looked at DB's stall. I even went in Silent's new shop and saw the ridiculous amount of different things he was selling, all except for string. So I went over to Spawn, where there's a couple of little stalls there, hoping that someone might have found a spider spawner and was selling string, but sadly no one was. So I thought, well, forget string for a minute, let's concentrate on bamboo. Because Slack and I have already built the exact thing that we need in order to grow many bamboos, and that is our sugarcane dispensary farm thing here. It's pretty much the exact same design that I use for my bamboo farms, so I could just repurpose this. And what's great is I really don't need to do a great deal at all apart from break this piece of glass, break that sugarcane there, and put a bit of bamboo there instead. Then when I put the glass back, hopefully when I go and stand on this pressure plate now, I'm going to get spat at with bamboo. There we go, bamboo is spitting at me. You can see bamboo coming out of the system. This is good news. So now I just need to wait here for the rest of my life. Or alternatively, I could get my new camera account, FoxyNoCam, to do it for me, who is very good at standing around. And what's even better about FoxyNoCam is they can go completely invisible, just like that. And now they are no longer technically a player, and wow, they're no longer picking anything up. Are they still picking it up? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they're not going to get attacked by mobs now because they're invisible. So there shouldn't be a problem just leaving FoxyNoCam there to not pick up any. How is he not picking up the items? Alternatively, what I could do is let my alt account do it, and that's right, FoxyNoCam here, who is the man that does all of the time lapses for me, because Big Chicken, Mr. Onion, and Chuck all seem to have wandered off somewhere. I've no idea where they are, but we now have FoxyNoCam here, who's going to do a good job getting many bamboos for us, while we concentrate on finding a spider farm. So over at the area that I've been digging out, which is where our drown farm is, and there is now a big hole in front of me, there is a mine shaft around. Over here, if we look up here, there is a mine shaft, and in mine shafts you tend to get cave spider spawners and spider spawners. So I would be absolutely amazed if there's no spawner around this mine shaft somewhere. Now, considering the luck that Slack and I actually had finding our zombie spawner, I don't think that wandering around aimlessly in the mineshaft is going to be the best way about going to find the spider spawner. However, I have been told, and I have seen that on chunkbase.com, a website that I don't normally like to use in vanilla Minecraft because I like to discover things myself, but that has had the dungeon finder updated, as shown here, which allows you to put your seed in and your coordinates, and it will show you spawners near you. However, I'm not convinced this is actually all that accurate, seeing so I've put in where I'm standing and it's not showing me a zombie spawner anywhere nearby. It is though showing me a spider spawner not too far away, so I guess we should go check that out. But yeah, where's that zombie spawner? And getting close to it, I can hear spiders and zombies, so hopefully we're nice and close to that now, so it really should just be up here by a few blocks. Spider noises are coming through, and there we go, there's the dungeon, and there we go, there's the spiders. We have come out right next to it. Unfortunately, though, I have not brought any torches with me, and it is a spider and not cave spider, which makes life nice and easy for us. So here we go with a few torches in my pocket, and now having dug out a completely pointless tunnel, we now have access to the spider spawner, and all I'm going to do is pop in here, hopefully not die, put a couple of torches down to stop things spawning, and raid the chest. Hey chaps, nice of you to be all peaceful and that when I turn up. Oh look, records and stuff, great, and more stuff, great, a load of junk. And the next thing to do is to prove why that hallway that I've just dug is completely pointless, and that is because of the way we're going to be dealing with these spiders. Which is hopefully going to involve dropping them down this hole to their doom, providing I've got things right, but I'm not 100% sure that I have. We have right up here at the very top a viewing platform, which is going to have some dark glass or tinted glass over the top so we can see through, make sure spiders are falling down. Ideally, they're going to fall down through that hole there. They're not going to be able to stick to the magma blocks, and they're going to fall all the way down and either die, which is the ideal scenario so we can be fully FK, or they're going to be really weak so there'll be one hit kill so we can kill them that way. However, as you can see, I'm missing a few magma blocks, and I have well, a whole bunch of junk in my inventory. So I need to go and grab some tinted glass, get some more magma blocks, and then I can finish this off. And that little bit there is the tinted glass in place. And in my hands, I have a few more magma blocks. Now, I know magma blocks actually give off light, which could affect our rates in here, but I don't think they give off all that much. So let's just find out. I was going to say, yes, spiders are definitely spawning. Now I've got to find my way back up, up here, and watch them through the tinted glass. Are they going to fall down the hole? They're taking damage and they're falling. And I think that one died, but that one's climbing back up again. No, it died. Yes, this is good news. They will eventually fall down and die. This is excellent. So all I need now at the bottom is a whole bunch of hoppers. And there we go, just like that, we now have a spider killing area with many magma blocks and a nice chest at the bottom to catch it all in. If I break my way through there, you can see this thing now goes all the way up to the top, all the way up to that spider spawner. However, we cannot activate the spider spawner from down here. We're going to need to be up at the top to actually activate it. So I guess this original tunnel's not that pointless after all, and I know there's going to be a million people in the comments saying, why didn't you use a trident killer, FoxyNoTail? And the reason that I'm not using the trident killer for this farm is the same reason I've been not using a trident killer for as many of my farms as possible this season, and that is that I'm trying to create an environment in my farms where I can go AFK without causing problems for the other members. So this is a fully automatic AFK-able string farm that doesn't cause any lag at all. So that's a win in my book. However, I did get a spider jockey that fell down there with feather fall and it survived. So we may have to deal with things like that in the future. And the other thing I want to deal with is how we get up and down here. So we now have the bottom section of this thing filled in with mini andesite, because that's pretty much all I've got on me at the moment that looks half decent. And yes, there is bedrock in the floor because obviously we're a long way down. Now this chest is absolutely full of junk at the moment. I actually need a little bit of that to take with me. And the way we get up and down is I have a down chute there and I have an up chute here. So going up in the bubble column will take us all the way up to where the dark glass is, which is where we're going to have our AFK spot. And then obviously I can just go back down this one to get back down to where the drops are. So that is all nice and easy. What I haven't got though is an actual AFK spot or a very good way to get back to the main area. So I'm going to have to work on that next. But I think otherwise this is pretty much a success, so we should start getting a reasonable amount of string. So I brought FoxyNoCam over because the bone meal had all run out at the bamboo farm and got him AFK, this time invisible so no mobs would spawn around him, and I proceeded to dig new tunnels and place many blocks, lots of andesite, lots of deep slate and the variants to make all of this tie in with the zombie spawner area nearby. And while I was doing all that, I stumbled across more things that didn't appear on Chunkbase's dungeon spawner finder. Well, closer than the spider spawner we've got is a spider spawner there, which is actually a cave spider spawner, and also one, hello zombie, just there. And standing on this spot here, I can load them both at the same time. The only downside to these two is that they're very low down in the world, which means we wouldn't be able to do the drop thing unless we just drop them straight into trident killers, which is possible and quite easy to do. However, I'm not going to do that today. However, I am going to try and remember that these things exist, and I have made a convenient way back to our area so that they're very easy to find. So, feeling a little bit silly that I'd done all of this work on a single spawner farm, I continued to make all of the tunnels and decorate the area around the single spawner farm. And here it is, just on the other side of the portal from the drowned farm, we have a whole new, incredibly long and tedious corridor that took way too long to make, with staircase at the end that takes you up to the room that's very simple, that took no time at all to make, with a floating golden carrot. Can only be FoxyNoCam there, still spawning spiders in, and I haven't been to check what's down there in a long time. Although it does make this area look a little bit plain and boring now. And we do have a bunch more skeletons down here. Of course we do. We're going to have to deal with those. Let's get rid of those guys there. Can't reach them. And Look at that. Many, many, many string. This is really good news. So putting the string away, that's almost a shulker box we've got to go make scaffolding with. And you may have noticed in my inventory, I have a whole bunch of ores that I've been finding as I've been digging my way around the area. You can see, obviously, I've been using Silk Touch, which is why I've got the ore blocks. So we can go and break those with our fortune pickaxe at some point and claim back some of our iron. Because the majority of our iron is now taking up 2 beacon bases. This one here, which is at the area that we mined out on the live stream, and the one over at my base area, or the spawn area, where I do most of my digging. So I guess, it's time to get out of here. Go make some scaffolding. So over at the rocket shop, it looks like the spiders are back with a vengeance. We've got this one here, that one there, but there's so many spiders. Why are there so many spiders suddenly spawned over here? And the reason I'm here, obviously, is collecting the bamboo that my camera account got and replacing the sugarcane in the sugarcane system, and also to check on the rocket profits. I believe we've already made some good money here. If I can click on the right chest, there are some copper ingots somewhere. There we go, 2 stacks of copper ingots there, and there was another 2 stacks somewhere else as well. Perhaps not. Maybe it's just the 2 stacks. Okay, we haven't made that much money then. Okay. Well, that doesn't matter. We've still made some. That's absolutely fine. So now I can go make some scaffolding. Since when can you turn bamboo into sticks? This is a new one on me. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why anyone would want to do that. And there we go. After converting almost all of the bamboo I got, bar that much, we've nearly got a shulker box full. We've still got a whole bunch of string left, which is great. So I'm going to do the last couple of bits. Jeez, there we go. We have 1 piece of bamboo left and nearly a shulker box full of scaffolding. This is great news. That means we can do many, many buildings in high places. And building in high places is exactly what I did next in the form of a time lapse. Well, there we go. I am really happy with how this has come out. It's not as tall as the original plan, and it didn't take me all that long to build it, and it kind of looks weird until some of the copper turns green, because some of this stuff's going to be green eventually. I do like it, like the bridge here though, and the ring around the edges. It's starting to weather and oxidize. I think it has a really nice look to it, so it'll be interesting when that happens. These ones around the edges and these ones here are all waxed, so they're not going to turn, but some of the ones up the top, the B of the TB logo up there will turn, and it should start looking pretty interesting. But yeah, I really like it. I really like what I've done here. Like I say, it's not quite as tall as the original plan, but only by a couple of blocks, and I don't know what else it needs. I think it fits in quite nicely. I like the transition effect we've got down at the bottom, and I've even added a little bit around the portals here, just a little bit more quartz brick and some iron bars there, just to make that a little bit more nice, really. So that's it. All we got to do now is wait for them to turn different colours. But yeah, job done. Next job. Speaking of next jobs, my job isn't actually complete because I've completely forgotten to do the bridge bit and this bit leading up to here, which I desperately need to do. But I'm not going to do them right now because what I've got to do right now is a lot more important. and that job is to do with villagers. See, we have Idiot A here that sells mending books, and we have Idiot B, otherwise known as Stickman, that trades sticks for emeralds. But I would really like a third villager, and I don't really fancy faffing about with these two trying to get them to breed. So I have an idea. We know, Foxy, you put it in the coming in the next video bit on your last video. No, I definitely didn't. You did, you said you're going on a date. No, I didn't. You showed us Jolene at Slackspace. No, absolutely not. This is a surprise for you all. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, Jolene the Third, you are the lady of my dreams. Oh, look at that. Frost protection 4. That's what we're after. Protection, because I tend to die. Protection 4. Respiration, a clock. Not really bothered about those things. But protection 4 for Jolene. If you're not 100% sure what's going on here, let me give you some backstory. Many ago, back on Truly Bedrock Season 0, if you can remember that far back, well done for sticking with us all of this time. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, yes, we did a Season 0 before we did a Season 1. It's a long story. But anyway, during Season 0, Slack Lizard, who just happens to live at this base here with Maribel Jade, had a villager trading hall, rather like the one we have here. And he had a villager called Geraldine, who I took a little bit of a liking to for her potato and carrot trades. So I decided to steal her and claim she'd gone missing. Unfortunately, however, Slack realised what had happened, and then all of a sudden, Geraldine turned somehow miraculously into a witch. Now, Slack seems to think that I think that was just freak lightning, but I'm not silly. I know it was Slack using a channeling trident. So, in order to get my revenge and get my hands on some sweet Protection 4 books, it is only fitting that I steal Jolene. And isn't she beautiful? Jolene, I really like the way that you hold your glasses over the edge of your nose like that. You really do feel like my long lost love. Oh yes, Jolene, you and I are going on a journey. Now, I am slightly concerned about stealing Jolene. Oh, Slack's whole thing has gone. Oh dear, I was going to sleep in... I guess he's moved it into his pyramid then, jeez. Stop moving stuff about, Slack. Stop building things so quickly and putting us all to shame. Anyway, as I was saying, I am concerned about moving Jolene because we are a very long way away from my base, and my track record for moving villages is not great. You see, on Truly Bedrock Season 0, the world we lived on was tiny. We were on a realm. This was the Starter Island, that was Loin Silent Whispers Island, this was Slack and Prowl's Island, and my little island was just over here. So that is where I had to move her from, across this little ocean here, just to there. That was it. That was the tiniest little bit of movement I had to move a villager. And it was easy with the boat. However, here on Truly Bedrock Season 3, I've got to move her across here, over mountains and valleys, through more mountains and valleys, over oceans, more mountains and valleys and forests, and then more oceans, and then more mountains and valleys, and mountains and valleys, and then lakes, and then mountains and valleys and mountains, and then eventually I have to get her down a hill and then down a hole. That's a long way to go. For reference on our seed map, bearing in mind that this map is not quite identical to what we've got. My spawn house is here, and I've got to go all of this way, all of the way over here, pretty much to this desert area over here. That's a long way to go. It might not look it, but it is. It's many. So basically what I guess I'm saying is I need a cunning plan. Taking Jolene all of that way in a boat is a surefire way of killing her before I get even halfway. So maybe a trip through the nether or transport by some other means is required, but for now, I think the best thing to do is get on her good side and enjoy a tasty meal together. Here you go, Jolene. I hope you like fish. I've cooked it especially for you. There you go. You're very, very welcome. Enjoy it. I'm going to go fetch you some emeralds and give you them in exchange for many things. Many things. You're going to be my best friend, Jolene. Me and you are going to be as thick as thieves, and you're really going to like Idiot A and Stickman there. They'll be your new best friends. Yes. Oh, look, I'm going to shower. Oh, look, she's holding the book for me. Buy my book, she says. No, I'd rather just give you emeralds, my dear. Soon we'll be together, soon. But for today, I must go. I feel like a slack lizard is coming. I've got to disappear, Jolene. I will be back for you, my love. I mean, villager. Yeah, I'll be. Oh, jeez, now smashing holes in the floor. I'll be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. Goodbye. I miss you already. It's going to be epic. Anyway, on that note, oh, jeez, fly away. I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Hopefully, I'll see you all. You haven't done what's coming up next time. Well, I don't know yet. I haven't recorded that one yet. Oh, I'm going to be doing something with Slack. Oh, all right then. I'll see you in the next one. Jeez, I was doing my outro then. Oh, sorry. Right, see you later. Bye. Bye. No, shut up. Bye.